mentioned you are the young veteran players because you're still relatively young, but with a lot of new players coming in this tournament, a lot of them will still look up to you for guidance and, of course, your knowledge because you've been competing for 1 year or 2 years above them. And what was the, I guess, advice that you gave them the first time you met them, Mikey?
Basically to just play your game and just come in and do what you have to do. As long as you listen to coach and ask questions, you continue to get better and flourish in this tournament.
For me, because a lot of these college players are the star players of their respective college teams. Like Juan here, star player of UP. But they're coming into a veteran team with 3 imports and Andre. So it's not like their college team anymore. We have lots of veterans, especially ex-NBA guys. And they just need to find their fit in the team, check their egos and, play for the betterment of the team.
Yeah, for me, just to make the most out of the opportunity given to us and just take advantage of it. Just go all out every practice, every game.
So your captain for the Mikey Sports is Ronaldo Balkman. And a lot is already said in the name himself, like Balkmania. What did you feel when you knew that such a guy, a well-decorated player, would be leading the team this tournament?
You have a savvy vet that knows the game very well. He played at a high level and his IQ is at the top of the charts. So like, as long as you follow his lead and just do what he does, everything else will fall into place.
Pero Gab, what's the difference between the team now compared to how it was before? Kasi sabi nga kanina ni Jamie that you guys are the favorite to win this tournament.
Last year we were also the favorites to win, because a lot of Filipinos came to watch and overpopulated actually the gym in Dubai. So our team now is different because we got players who fit the system very well. And unlike in our last tournament with Mikey and Jones Cup, we had 7 imports, but now we got Filipinos also that can compete. So it's really different, especially with Balk now leading. We all know that he's a ex-NBA guy and he also plays for Puerto Rico, and we've been teammates with him. So he brings that leadership that
you need.
Great attitude.
Wait, so you've been teammates with him before already?
Yeah. The Jones Cup.
And how was that like? I guess if you could tell the viewers, that's why you're pretty confident that with him leading your team this time, you might, fingers crossed, get first place.
We won first place in the Jones Cup, especially with him being the captain. He really pushes us, and if he thinks that we're slacking off, he pushes us to the limits. And you can tell that he goes hard in practice and in scrimmages and in tune-up games. What more in the games, right? So.
Yeah. And another thing he brings to the table is he's very vocal. His vocal leadership will put you in place and definitely make you want to do better.
So for you, Juan, your brother's joining you this time around. Finally, you're going to be reunited, but this time around in another league. Are you excited?
Oh, definitely excited. I've been playing with him ever since middle school, and the fact that Coach Charles gave us this opportunity to play together, and we're going up against pros. So I feel like it's a great opportunity for us, to grow as a player and just learn from all the veterans,
So you guys also play in other leagues, in MPBL. And how does playing, I guess, in the international league help you step up your game in the local basketball scene? Especially, you're not only elevating your game, but also the game of the league.
I feel like that league is promising and definitely getting better every day. And just how the game translates is basketball. And you just have to learn how to do what you do and don't get out of character. And just bring that wherever you go in life. And if you continue to just get better and stay in the gym, stay in the lab, everything else follows.
How about for you, Gab?
It's a good advantage for me and Mikey. We're playing against tougher teams. International guys, bigger guys, stronger guys, much more talented, better coaches. And so we hope to learn as much as we can so that we can bring it to our respective teams.
How about for you, Juan? You were still playing in the UAAP when you were also still part of Mikey Sports. How did you bring that kind of experience and knowledge playing in the international league into the college scene?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I think the competition level is really different. You come to Mighty, going up against professional players, grown-ups. So parang bakbakan dun eh.
And I wanted to ask, because Coach Charles Chu speaks so highly of Mikey Williams. I remember I was talking to him and he said, yeah, like, you have to interview Mikey. He's one of the most underrated players, if not the most, and he needs to be recognized. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I thank Charles for giving me this opportunity. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be as well known as I am, especially in the Philippines, because this Philippine journey has been a long road. But I use that underrated name as basically fuel to everything that goes on. It motivates me the most, and I just want to continue to keep that name with me, because the underdog is always looked upon as not good or always doubted, and I like people that sleep on me, and I just want to keep proving people wrong.
How about for you also, Gab? Do you agree with what Mikey said, that you usually use that fuel when people sleep on you to, I guess, propel you to go even farther and to play even harder?
Yeah, well, of course, everybody's trying to make a name, but what better, your name will be out there if you win a championship. So it boils down to winning the championship. Coach Charles is a very good coach. I've been under him, and I can tell that he's probably one of the top coaches that handled me. And you can really learn more, learn a lot about him, like in terms of, like, let's say, film. He sees things that not normal coaches can see. So he's a very good coach.
But it's a different story for you, Juan, because Gab mentioned a while ago, you are a star player. Your name is really known, especially in the UP community. We're not hiding it. But how do you not let that get in your head, or use that, as a pressure to slow you down?
Well, I don't feel any pressure, to be honest. I mean, it's just basketball. We play the game that we love, so all boils down to winning. So we just want to win.
And there you have it. I'm excited to see how you'll be performing, and praying that we win the championship this time around. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
And that's it. That's another episode of The Score. See you again on the next one.
The Dream Big event that we had today was the Dream Big Gold Series Tennis Camp. It was a fantastic opportunity for junior tennis players in Southeast Asia and Manila specifically to get to play with Rice University, Cornell University, and Boston University. Some of the leading coaches in the US and some of the best universities.
I had the experience of a college coach, a normal day of a training there in the US. It was fairly specific. For me, I learned much more on coming in on the volleys technique-wise with the footwork, just the split step and where to move. It's much more expensive going to the US just to meet the coaches, and I have the advantage of my home court basically, and basically it works well.
The talent has been great. It's exceeded my expectations. On the global scale, it's maybe not as well known, but it's great to see, and I can't wait to go back home to the States and tell my other coaching colleagues about the potential there is in this area of the world.
I think one of the first things that we look for is level, right? I think we have to know that you're going to come in and be able to win for us and help make us better, improve our level as a team. And then beyond that, I think we look a lot at character.
My message to the hopefuls is keep working hard, be coachable, and just put yourself out there. Yeah, and just reach out, play tournaments in the U.S., do showcases in the U.S. Even if we might not perhaps be interested, we might know the best or better fit for you, because we want you to be happy when you come to school into the U.S.